Alright, sorry about that. Just had picked up a call. I got a call from a friend back in Providence, so took it, and it was nice talking to her, Lisa Marie, and everybody. So, just starting off, I was just talking about supermarkets, how they're better to go to. So definitely use supermarkets if you're trying to save money, get meals. If you want to save maybe one meal a day, whatever the specialty is known for, save for a dinner type deal, so whatever is suggested, usually any guidebook will be able to tell you without any difficulty or whatsoever. So after I went to the supermarket that day, I got out and I was walking around about 11:30 or so. I went to the National Museum, the National Danish Museum in Copenhagen. Amazing, a lot of stuff on like prehistory and the movements of peoples across the European continent, development, prehistoric and on, sort of like a development of Western civilization for Providence students. I went to museum for them, so I was sort of sick of it. But they had a really good section on Danish growth since the 1500s or so, which was really interesting because I never hear anything about it whatsoever. So I definitely spent some time in there. After that, I went to what's called Slotsholmen Castle, where the Christiansborg is, where that's their parliament. It's free for all the museums in Copenhagen except for one, and that I went to, and then everything else is the castles are really expensive. So you can walk through the squares in front of the castle, you just can't go inside without paying. So I walked through the castles. I never paid for them. I walked through there. It was very nice. It was the former residence and now the parliament. I think it's like 147 Danish ministers meet there and decide the laws. Random fact, but I think it's 147. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. So after that, I walked through there, and I went to the Watchtower, which was really cool. It's an astronomical thing where a lot of Danish astronomers did a lot of their research and whatnot during the winter. It's very nice to look at the stars there, supposedly. So it was pretty cool. Actually, inside the building, you walk up a ramp inside the building. First place I've ever walked up a ramp that wasn't stairs to the top of the building. That's older than 300 years old. After that, I went to what's called Rosenborg Slot, which is another castle. It was the former king, I think it was King Christian. He was there during the World War II when the Danes were taken over by the Germans, because the Germans just took over everybody that was their neighbors. I think it was almost everybody they took over, except for Switzerland. Except for Switzerland, that was maybe the only place that they didn't take over. They have 8 bordering countries, and right now they have 8 bordering countries. It used to be 7 when Czechoslovakia was one place. But yeah, they definitely took over every place except for not Sweden, Switzerland. So Denmark was included in that because they do have a border with them. So I'll talk more about that. I went to the museum on that. After that, I went to the Statens Museum for Kunst, which is I don't know what Statens is, and it's spelled S-T-A-T-E-N-S. Staten in German, it translates, some of the words translate, so it could either be some sort of city or state museum for Kunst. Kunst is art in German, so it's art. A little bit more modern, pretty cool, had a lot of works. Definitely look at my pictures. I just actually uploaded them now. I've been sort of crazy with classes and everything starting. Really cool, a lot of different things. Really loved everything, all the museums in Copenhagen. After that, I walked up to the Little Mermaid. Hans Christian Andersen wrote The Little Mermaid. He's a Danish Copenhagen native. I guess it was like during the 1700s or something like that. So during the 18th century, it was big news and Disney and everything like that. So a sculptor, I think in the early 1900s, made a small replica. It's not small, but it's sort of childish, maybe puberty type ages, the preteen like size statue, if you want to make it comparable to human terms. So went there, very touristy. Went down from there. Marienburg is their big castle, and it's right next to this marble church that makes up a huge thing. Definitely part of the skyline of Copenhagen. And where the current queen, Benedicta, lives now, and her son has a castle. There's 4, it's a square, and there's 4 houses, like 4 castles, like or residences on the square, and she resides in one. Her son resides in another. The Royal Guard is in another. They have a changing of the guard. And then another one is like being reconstructed now for her grandchildren. That will be the next king or queen after her son passes away. So it's pretty cool how it works out. So I went there, walked around with a nice water there, chilly. They have a harbor that was really nice. Went to that it's called by Kongens Nytorv, which is square at the end of Storget, their main pedestrian place. And at night I actually went to this place called Tivoli, which is supposedly the oldest amusement park in Europe. It's smack dab in the middle of Copenhagen. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful park. Definitely go there as the sun's setting, stay there for the light show at night, do everything. Really cool, definitely weird riding rides and looking over cities while doing it, like the city. I'm not used to doing that. They actually have this swing ride where swings are usually there's like 3 and then there's like rows of all the way around. So there's like 3, but they're like these. It's just like 2 are connected together and then it's like around in a circle and that's it. And it goes up. I think it's 50 or 70 meters in the air, going 70 kilometers at the air and around the circle. It's very scary at first. It got windy the second time I went on it, so it was very, 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 very scary because it would like shift around the way your swing moved. Very cool ride though. I definitely suggest it go to Tivoli. You need to go to Tivoli when you're in Denmark. It would be a shame if somebody did. After that, we went to. I went home. I went to the hostel. Went to sleep, and woke up the next morning. I searched for a church. I unfortunately couldn't find one. The 2 churches that are Catholic in Copenhagen, one, the pastor covered 2 parishes. The one that I was at, there was a mass at 5:30 at night, and then there's one in Copenhagen. Then there was another one outside of Copenhagen at the other parish in the morning, and the other one was having the floor redone, so they were doing it in a different church where I had no clue where it was, and it was in Danish. So I unfortunately didn't get to mass. So God forgive me. I went around that day. I saw changing the guards. It was very much more laid back. I was walking around a lot, seeing a lot of the different things. I went to Christianshavn, where it's a lot of colorful houses, pretty cool, and walked down Storget, which is their main pedestrian way with all their shopping centers, which are really expensive. So didn't participate in any of that. They have a lot of 7-Elevens all over the place, though. It's really weird. They have more 7-Elevens than New England has Dunkin' Donuts, I feel, or proportion-wise. And after that, I went to Ny Carlsberg Glyptotek. Carlsberg is a beer. The founder helped found this museum in Copenhagen. Carlsberg is brewed into Copenhagen. You actually pass on the train. Amazing, amazing museum. A lot of Danish works, a lot of prehistoric Egyptian works. Greek work found in Italy, if I'm not mistaken. Great, but they have a lot of Impressionist and Post-Impressionist French work there, which I love. My favorites, Monet's, Renoir, Degas, everything, Gauguin. It just was amazing. A whole section of the building dedicated to that, so couldn't complain. After I finished up at that museum, it was free on Sundays, so make sure you go. That was the only one that wasn't really free. You have to really get there on a Sunday. Amazing. Definitely visit that. Right next to Tivoli in the center of the city, or part of it. After that, I went back to the train station. My train back left at 17:35, so 5:38 or so. It was supposed to leave back into Hamburg around 10 o'clock at night. A little bit afterwards, take a train a little bit after midnight and get back into Mannheim at 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning, the next morning on Monday. Met these 2 kids named Ali and Mario, and made friends with them on the train. They were taking the same one. They had the same 2-hour layover in Hamburg. We went and got a pizza, talked. It was very nice. I heard a lot of different German politics, which I'm interested because I've been studying for a long time, and they were very surprised I knew about the things going on. They have 2 big parties, the CDU and SPD, Christian Democrat Unit in English, and the Social Party of Germany, translates to 2. And the Social Party of Germany just had a big change in leadership. The elections coming up in 2009, where Merkel from the CDU will be going up against the head of the SPD. I don't know his name now because Beck left. He was actually the governor or of the state across the river here in Rhineland-Pfalz. So it was pretty nice. They were really great. They run a pipe band. They practice in Copenhagen. They're in a national band. So hopefully they have a lot of success and they do well on that. And they got back here at 6:30 and very tired and did all that, but so this is how I wrapped it up. I'm going to try and do some more stuff about German things and whatnot on video blog if you like it. If not, I'll type it. I can definitely do it. I really want to check it out. So let me know how everybody liked it, and thanks for watching, and I hope you were able to do it without any hesitancy, without any problems. So let me know. if you did, and I hope to hear from everyone soon. I'll talk to everyone later, and it was nice being able to do this. Bye.